Hi friends, it's Miss Maryanne. Today we're going to read this book called Giraffes Can't Dance, and then we're going to make our own giraffes using mini marshmallows, regular sized marshmallows, and toothpicks. Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and soon they began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. I feel like such a clot." So he crept off the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and all alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin, and Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing!" Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." The end. And now we're going to make our own Gerald the giraffe. Now that we've finished our book, Giraffes Can't Dance, I thought it would be fun to try to build our own giraffe. And for this, I'm going to use toothpicks, mini marshmallows, and a few medium-sized marshmallows. And I'm going to try to build a giraffe that will stand up on its own. So let's see. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 toothpicks, and I'm going to take 4 mini marshmallows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to stick the toothpick on to the marshmallow like this. And I'm making his legs and his feet right now. So now I have 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to use one of the medium-sized marshmallows as his body. So I'm going to put the legs right in to his body like this. And we'll see if he stands up. There we go. And then I'm gonna try to make his neck. So I'm gonna use another toothpick, and I'm going to put the marshmallows right on this toothpick. 1, 2, start from this end, 3, 4. The toothpicks are a little bit sharp, so make sure that you don't poke yourself with this pointy end, okay? And I'm gonna stick that right in here. And he's still standing up, sort of. Oh, I don't want him to fall over. Okay, and then for his head, I'm going to use half of one of these medium-sized marshmallows. So I just used some scissors and cut one in half, because I think if I put the big one on, he might fall over. You could try that at home if you want. He might be too heavy if I put this on. So I'm gonna try a smaller one. So half the size of medium marshmallow, and I'm gonna stick that right on here. And let's see, he's still standing up. And that is my marshmallow giraffe.